and more down to point if there is a speech at the beginning of the press conference, and then it will be open to questions and answers.
جمهوری اسلامی ایران جناب آقای دکتر حسن روحانی و عرض تبریک به مناسبت
President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and congratulations for the official start of his term in office. I would like to thank all dear people who are present here, members of domestic and international press and media. And I would like all your prayers to be accepted in the holy month of Ramadan, and I would like to congratulate you in advance for the Eid al-Adha and the Day of the Reporters. We are pleased to start the first press conference of President Rouhani. I would like you all to participate by asking questions. So far, we've received more than 70 requests for questions to be asked. So you may acknowledge that we need to be good at time management so that we can get as many questions as possible. First of all, I would like to ask Dr. Rouhani, the dear President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, to have his preliminary speech, and then my dear colleagues will be invited to ask their questions. Dr. Rouhani.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. در ابتدا مایلم از همه خبرنگاران محترم
I would like to thank all dear journalists,
که در این
domestic journalists and international ones,
در انعکاس اخبار مربوط
for covering the news regarding the presidential election in the past 2 months.
پیروزی‌های مردم، شادمانی‌های
covering the people's victories and the celebrations of the Iranian nation, and the hope and the trust that was created,
به جامعه منعکس بکنند، به ویژه رسانه ملی،
covering this to the whole society, especially our national media, with their efforts,
و به ویژه 2 روز تاریخی تنفیذ و تحلیف،
especially the 2 historic days of endorsement and inauguration.
متشکر هستم.
I sincerely thank you all
همه شما در این کنفرانس خبری سپاسگزارم.
and appreciate your presence in this press conference.
عید سعید فطر و همچنین
I would like to congratulate you the upcoming Eid al-Adha
خدمت حضار محترم
and the Reporters Day.
تبریک عرض می‌کنم. انتخابات خرداد 92
the last presidential election
داخلی نشانگر فرایند
from a domestic perspective
دموکراسی و تعمیق
was a testimony to the consolidated democracy
در ایران بود و از لحاظ
of the vibrant
خارجی
Iranian nation, and
رویکرد
internationally
اعتدال و عقلانیت
the approach towards moderation and reason had a clear message for the whole world, that it is the Iranian nation's utmost commitment to interact respectfully with the whole world and to pursue the country's interests. My goal at the beginning of my responsibility by inviting the press, my goal was to keep my promise. During the campaign and afterwards, I promised the people that the future government would be an accountable government and act transparently. So based on my pledge, and hopefully constantly and continuously, I will talk to the dear nation. I will report on the progress made, the achievements, and of course, even shortcomings and failures. I will talk about the support of our dear nation and maybe sometimes apologies if necessary to our grand nation. This government, after its belief in God, has no bigger asset to the people's support. We place a lot of hope in the people's support and cooperation in our intelligent and wise nation. Without the people's support, the government will have no chance of meeting its long-term goals. The media and the press can create a very good link between the government and the people, and to convey our views to the people and vice versa. After the victory of the nation in the latest presidential election, I had two major responsibilities. First, to define a path and a general policy for the government of hope and wisdom. For this reason, شرایط حتی منطقه و جهان در حدی که به مسائل داخلی ما کاملا مرتبط بود. I established committees and work groups to evaluate the situation of the country and the situation of the world as far as it was related to our country, to come up with plans and programs. The same plan that I handed over to the parliament on the inauguration day, and it has been announced to the public as well. The second responsibility was to establish executive teams to find out competent people to join the Government of Hope and Wisdom's cabinet. To do so,
افرادی که در معرض چنین مسئولیت بزرگی
all known
می‌توانستند قرار
figures,
بگیرند
personalities
با کمک
who
صاحب
were capable
نظران
of assuming such responsibilities were
نمایندگان
examined
محترم
with the help
مجلس
of experts, dear members of the parliament,
متخصصین انجمنها دانشگاه‌ها
associations,
تمام نظراتی
universities.
که از طریق ایمیل، فکس، نامه‌ها و یا
all
پیام‌های مختلف
viewpoints
به این
through
کمیته ها
emails,
می‌رسید،
faxes, letters, and different
افراد
messages
رو مورد بررسی
which
قرار
were
می‌دادند.
brought into these committees were
در
taken
برخی
into
از موارد
consideration.
از افراد دعوت می‌کردند، با اونها
In some
گفتگو
cases, people were
می‌کردند
invited over to hold
و
talks.
در نتیجه 4 کمیته سیاسی، اقتصادی، فرهنگی،
As a result, 4 main
اجتماعی و
committees,
همچنین سیاست خارجی
political, social,
در
cultural, and
مجموع
foreign
با
policy committees,
مشارکت 500
with the
نفر
help
از
of
نخبگان و صاحب نظران
500 intellectuals and experts and thinkers,
وقت حدود بیش از 6000 ساعت
spending more than
نتایج
6,000 hours.
هم برنامه‌ای و هم بررسی افراد رو در اختیار بنده قرار دادند.
The results
مجدداً
were given to me, whether it was about policy making or
مشاورین مورد
people's
بررسی قرار
expertise
گرفت.
and
برای
evaluations.
هماهنگی
Again,
کمیته‌ها جلسات
we
مشترک
evaluated them
تشکیل
with the
دادند.
help of my consultants.
نهایت تلاش
There were
ما
joint
این بود
meetings
که در
held.
اولین فرصت ممکن افراد مورد نظر برای
Our main
کابینه
goal was
آینده
to choose the right people for the cabinet as soon as possible and
برای
to
بررسی
present
و
the
در
names to
نهایت
the
رأی
parliament
اعتماد قرار گیرد.
to be evaluated
مبنای
and
ما
eventually be considered for the
شایستگی
vote of confidence.
اخلاقی و انقلابی،
Our main criteria was
تخصص و دانش
their
لازم
revolutionary
برای
and moral
مسئولیت،
qualification, their expertise,
توان
the ability to take on
کار
responsibilities, and
و
also
هماهنگی
teamwork.
درونبخشی و میانبخشی در
And
دولت.
interdepartmental capacities
به همین
within the
دلیل
government.
ترکیب کابینه
For this
یک
reason,
مجموعه‌ای هست که میتواند برای تحقق برنامه
The
دولت
cabinet as
و
a whole
اهداف دولت
is a
به
cabinet
صورت هماهنگ و یک پارچه
which can work
عمل کند.
in unison with
البته
coordination in order to achieve the
مجلس
government's
شورای
goals.
اسلامی
Of course, the
دارای
parliament
اختیارات قانونی برای بررسی و در
has
نهایت
its
رأی
legal
اعتماد خواهد بود.
prerogatives
بنای ما
to evaluate
در
these people
همکاری
and to give its vote of
با مجلس
confidence.
شورای اسلامی و در کل با قوای سگان
And
است.
we intend to cooperate with the parliament
خوشحالم اعلام کنم
and with the judiciary as
که
well.
برای اولین بار
I'm pleased to
در
announce that for the
جمهوری
first time
اسلامی ایران
in the Islamic Republic of Iran,
علاوه بر نشاط و امیدی که در داخل کشور
apart from the joy and the hope
حضور حماسه آفرین مردم در این انتخابات
that has
به
been
وجود
created following the epic participation of the people in our presidential election,
سازنده با منطقه و جهان نیز آغاز شد. در مراسم
a constructive interaction with the region and with the world has started as well.
هیئت بلندپایه
More
از
than
منطقه و
55
از جهان
high-ranking delegations from the region and the whole world participated in the inauguration ceremony.
از رؤسای جمهور، نخست
From
وزیران،
presidents, prime ministers,
رؤسای مجالس و
parliament speakers, up to foreign ministers and parliamentary deputies and special deputies. And most importantly, I met with a lot of leaders in these couple of days, and a lot of them were saying that the Iranian election stimulated some happiness and joy in their respective nations as well. And this was very important and interesting to me. Officials from countries in our region were saying that on your election day in the whole region, hope for peace, reconciliation, and stability in the region started. And this shows how grand our nation is. And we are blessed with the Islamic Republic, and this shows the status of the Islamic Iran in the region and in the world. Our main emphasis in the future government will be on rule of law and being oriented towards ethics. Ethics and law will be the main cornerstones of our moderate approach. Thankfully, from the very beginning of our work, a good working environment has been created thanks to the elevation of our social asset in our country. And this is a light of hope, and this is the first step towards stability and peace in the country. This election showed what a great social and emotional asset we have in our country. And our people showcased this social asset in the election. And in the end, I would like to thank the Supreme Leader for the role that his speeches played in creating this epic, and for his invitation of all people on the endorsement day, for his call towards all people to support the government, and for saying that our interaction with the international community is based on wisdom. His guidance and advices will always be a great asset for the nation and for the government. As the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I'm pleased to be in the first press conference, and I hope in this session I'll be able to outline the main domestic and international policies of my government for the people.
We are listening to Iran's new president, Hassan Rouhani, giving his first ever press conference as president of Iran, just outlining the main priorities of his administration. He did actually say that this would be the first time that there would be a constructive interaction with the world. It started with the inauguration, and he wanted to see that continue. With me is Amir Paiva from BBC Persian. What have you heard so far that's been interesting?
Well, the message which is coming through over and over again is constructive dialogue, engagement with the world outside. And Mr. Rouhani took the inauguration as an example with a range of regional leaders who were present there as how the world will also embrace this message. But he needs to speak to far more senior and other leaders in Europe and eventually in the United States to get this agenda going far. Otherwise, having some regional leaders in his inauguration will not be enough for the Herculean task he has on his agenda of resolving the nuclear standoff.
Okay, it was interesting. Very early on, he said, I have a clear message for the whole world. The nation of Iran is committed in its utmost to interaction with the world and to pursue that agenda. So we will continue to stay with this. Michelle will bring you more during Impact, as Hassan Rouhani, we understand, will now start to take questions from the media. That's where things should start to get interesting. So do join Michelle shortly for more on Impact.